what was happening on Spider-Man was very simplistic. I was doing Hulk at that point. I was looking for another book. The Spider-Man office, Jim Salicrup was the editor. He was having a little bit of tough time keeping people on some of the books. The sales were lagging a little bit. I had been warded off by the other editors. Hey, if you can pick up another book, you don't really want to go and do Spider-Man right now. It's a bit of a mess. I'm just wired. I'm just wired for that kind of, don't tell me what to do. And I went in there, and Spider-Man was in that black costume at that point, right? And that was a carryover from Secret Wars, right? This big sort of event book that was sort of the beginning of event books. So I go, oh, I could do Spider-Man, but he was in a costume that meant nothing to me. No, Spider-Man's red and blue, red and blue, red and blue. And so they wanted me to come onto the book. Jim Shooter was around at that time, had an affinity for the black costume, and didn't want to just blow it off like I was. I wasn't paying attention to all that stuff. I was just being like, it's not cool, man. And the conversation was, what if we wait till issue 300? We'll make it a big story that he gets his costume back. And then, but we got to do something. Jim Shooter wants to keep the black costume around. Tom DeFalco was coming around at that point. David McFarlane was the writer. And from that came Venom. David comes up with a way to basically use the costume another way. They needed a visual. I create the visual. And I've told people that issue 300 isn't the first appearance of Venom to me. Issue 300 is, how do we get that damn black costume off Peter Parker issue? That's all it is to me. If you look at issue 300, for me personally, and I have total recall of this, the last page in that book, when he puts on the red and blue and he jumps out, and I think it even says a new beginning or something, was the first time in 3 months I felt like I was drawing Spider-Man. I've sold hundreds and hundreds of my Spider-Man pages. I don't really have much. I do have that page where he jumps out, that, because to me, just a Spider-Man for the first time. I'm going to keep my first Spider-Man, right? That was it. And so you get happy accidents, which is sort of what Venom is a complete and happy accident. I sometimes wonder, a normal human being who's not named Todd, crazy man, 25 years old, somebody said, you're going to draw Spider-Man, but we got him in the black costume. I think 99.9% of people go, yes, sir. And you do it. And then there's potentially no Venom. There's no symbiotes, there's no Carnage, there's no everything that begats from what David McFarlane starts and I design. Like none of that happened. And it comes out of some immature kid being stubborn and being probably stupid to tell his boss, no, I'm not drawing Spider-Man unless I get my way. It doesn't make any sense, but it shows you what can happen if you shake the cage from time to time.